we're all about organic this and filtered that, but what about the air we breathe?
Right.
We rarely think about it, and we're constantly consuming it.
These are.
So today we're doing a deep dive into Fresh Air Matters, a company here in the DFW area that specializes in indoor air quality.
Gotcha.
And get this.
Yeah.
Their website claims indoor air can be 5 times more polluted than outdoor air.
Wow. 5 times.
That's wild.
That is a surprising claim for sure.
Yeah.
It really challenges our assumption that being indoors protects us from pollution.
Right.
But think about it.
Yeah.
Our homes and offices are enclosed spaces where contaminants can build up.
Yeah.
Especially if ventilation is poor.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's not just about what's floating around outside our windows, it's also what we're generating inside.
Exactly.
Fresh Air Matters talks about everyday things being culprits, like cleaning products, scented candles. Even our cozy furniture can harbor dust mites and allergens.
So,
it's like our homes have a secret life of microscopic grime.
Exactly. And those microscopic particles can have a real impact on our health.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, released from things like paint, furniture, and even those scented candles you mentioned.
Interesting.
Then there's dust mites, pet dander, mold spores. The list goes on.
Okay, so VOCs, those are basically chemicals that easily evaporate into the air, right?
That's right.
And it's not just a new car smell kind of thing. We're talking about potential long-term effects from continuous exposure.
That's right. While a new car smell might fade, we are exposed to VOCs from various sources daily. And the effects of poor indoor air quality can range from annoying allergies and headaches to more serious respiratory problems like asthma.
No, that's scary stuff.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Fresh Air Matters is tapping into a legitimate concern.
Not just trying to create a problem to sell us a solution.
From what I've seen on their website, their approach is pretty comprehensive.
Oh, yeah. In what way?
They offer air duct cleaning to remove dust and debris from your HVAC system.
Okay.
They emphasize regular filter replacement.
Makes sense.
And even provide carpet and upholstery cleaning.
Wow, so they really do a variety of things.
It's about minimizing the sources of indoor pollution, not just masking the problem.
And speaking of masking the problem,
they
do seem big on air purifiers. Is that just hype? Or can those gadgets really make a difference?
Air purifiers can definitely be helpful. But it's crucial to choose the right one for your needs. They're not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Of course.
If you're primarily concerned with dust pollen and pet dander, then a HEPA filter is essential. But if you're dealing with VOCs or strong odors, then an activated carbon filter would be a better choice.
So it's about identifying your specific concerns.
And then targeting those pollutants with the right kind of filter. That makes a lot of sense. But what struck me is that Fresh Air Matters doesn't just push air purifiers as a cure-all. They emphasize other strategies like good ventilation alongside any fancy gadgets.
That's a key point. Proper ventilation helps to dilute indoor pollutants and bring in fresh air from outside. It's simple, cost-effective, and often overlooked. Just opening your windows for a few minutes each day can make a big difference. Especially in places like Texas, where we tend to keep things sealed up tight for much of the year.
That's a good reminder. It's easy to forget about good old-fashioned fresh air when we're blasting the AC. But let's face it, we're more likely to take action if a company seems trustworthy. Fresh Air Matters highlights their values right on their website. Honesty, transparency, upfront pricing. Does that resonate with you as important in this industry?
Absolutely. It's refreshing to see a company in an industry that's sometimes associated with upselling and scare tactics, emphasizing those values. Building trust and credibility should be paramount, especially when dealing with something as essential as the air we breathe.
They back up those values with some pretty compelling customer testimonials on their website. One customer, Kendrick J., specifically mentions that they don't do services that are not needed.
Interesting.
That speaks volumes about their integrity.
It does. And that focus on honesty and transparency seems to be a recurring theme in other testimonials as well.
Oh, really?
For instance, Emily C. describes the team as true professionals. And Rebecca C. praises their excellent customer service and very responsive approach.
It sounds like they're walking the walk, not just talking the talk when it comes to customer service and ethical practices.
Yeah.
And it's all happening right here in our backyard.
That's
Their service area is pretty extensive, covering many DFW cities like Frisco, Plano, McKinney, Little Elm, Prosper, Salina, Dallas, and more.
Wow.
But all this focus on DFW got me thinking.
What's fascinating here is that while Fresh Air Matters focuses on our homes and offices,
Yeah.
what about all the other spaces we inhabit?
You're right. What about schools, gyms, public transportation, even those trendy new restaurants with their open kitchens?
Exactly.
We're exposed to a whole other set of potential pollutants in those environments.
Right. It's a bit unsettling when you think about it.
Yeah.
We spend hours in places like schools, hospitals, or even airplanes.
Yeah.
Breathing in whatever's circulating in those enclosed spaces.
Right.
And we often have little control over the ventilation or air filtration systems in those environments.
Exactly. We obsess over air purifiers for our homes.
Yeah.
But what about the air we're breathing in classrooms, waiting rooms, or packed subway cars?
Right.
It's a bit of a blind spot, isn't it?
It is, and it raises the question of whose responsibility it is.
Yeah.
To ensure good air quality in those shared spaces.
Yeah.
Is it solely on the building owners and managers?
Yeah.
Or do we as individuals have a role to play in advocating for better air quality in these environments?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
We tend to focus on what we can control in our personal spaces.
Right.
But maybe we need to expand our thinking and consider the air we all breathe as a shared responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just about complaining or pointing fingers.
Yeah.
It's about being informed, raising awareness, and working collaboratively to find solutions.
Right.
For example, imagine if parents and teachers advocated for better ventilation systems in schools.
Yeah.
Or if commuters push for stricter air quality standards on public transportation.
That's a powerful idea. Collective action can really drive change.
Yeah.
But let's circle back to Fresh Air Matters for a moment.
Okay.
Their focus on DFW homes and offices is understandable, but it also made me curious about the unique challenges of indoor air quality in our region.
Right.
We're known for our heat and humidity, right?
We are.
Does that play a role?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Heat and humidity can create the perfect breeding ground for mold and mildew.
Right.
Which can significantly impact indoor air quality.
Of course.
And then there's all the pollen we have here in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just an outdoor problem. It can easily infiltrate our homes and trigger allergies and respiratory issues.
So it's like we have a double whammy of potential indoor air quality issues in DFW.
It seems that way.
But what I found reassuring about Fresh Air Matters is their emphasis on not just treating the symptoms, but addressing the root causes of poor air quality.
Yeah.
It's that holistic approach we talked about earlier.
Yes, and that's crucial.
Right.
It's not just about masking the problem with air fresheners or simply relying on an air purifier.
Right.
It's about identifying and minimizing the sources of pollution.
Right.
Whether that's choosing low VOC paints and cleaning products, ensuring proper ventilation, or regularly cleaning carpets and upholstery.
Their website actually has some really practical tips for creating healthier indoor environments.
Okay.
Things like using doormats to trap dirt and pollen, vacuuming regularly with a HEPA filter vacuum, and even showering before bed to remove pollen from your hair and skin.
Wow.
It's all about those little habits that can add up to a big difference.
And those small changes can be especially important for people with allergies or respiratory conditions.
Absolutely.
Creating a cleaner indoor environment can significantly improve their quality of life.
Speaking of quality of life, we can't ignore the fact that access to clean air shouldn't be a luxury.
Right.
It's a basic human right.
It is.
And unfortunately, not everyone has equal access to healthy indoor environments.
That's an important point.
Yeah.
Indoor air quality is also an issue of environmental justice.
It is.
Studies have shown that low-income communities and communities of color are disproportionately exposed to higher levels of indoor air pollution due to factors like housing conditions, proximity to industrial areas, and limited access to resources like air filters or professional cleaning services.
It's a reminder that the air we breathe is not just a personal concern. It's a societal issue with systemic roots that require systemic solutions.
Exactly. And while individual actions are important, we also need to advocate for policies and programs that promote cleaner air for everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic status or zip code.
So where can listeners go if they want to learn more about these broader environmental justice issues and how to get involved in advocating for change?
The EPA, or Environmental Protection Agency, has a wealth of information on its website about indoor air quality, including resources specifically focused on environmental justice. They have fact sheets, guides, and even interactive tools that can help people understand the problem and find ways to take action.
That's a great resource. And here in the DFW area, we have some fantastic local organizations working on environmental justice issues. Groups like the Texas Asthma Control Program and Downwinders at Risk are doing incredible work to raise awareness, advocate for policy changes, and provide support to communities disproportionately impacted by air pollution.
That's great.
We'll make sure to include links to all of those resources in our show notes. But for now, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive and move on to our final thoughts and takeaways.
So let's get ready to synthesize all this information and leave our listeners with some actionable insights.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been taking a deep breath and exploring the world of indoor air quality with insights from Fresh Air Matters, a DFW company making it their mission to help us all breathe easier. It's amazing how much we've unpacked about a topic we rarely think about consciously.
It's true. We often take air for granted until there's a problem, right? But what's fascinating is that the more we learn about indoor air quality, the more we realize it's not just about comfort. It's about our health, our well-being, and even social equity.
Exactly. We started with this surprising claim from Fresh Air Matters that indoor air can be 5 times more polluted than outdoor air. Then we uncovered all these hidden sources of indoor pollution lurking in our homes and offices. Those sneaky VOCs, dust mites, mold.
All that stuff.
It's enough to make you want to seal yourself in a bubble.
A bubble with excellent ventilation, of course.
Of course.
But seriously, it's empowering to realize that we're not powerless against these invisible threats. Fresh Air Matters emphasizes a holistic approach. So it's not just about buying the fanciest air purifier. It's about minimizing sources of pollution. Improving ventilation and adopting those small but impactful habits.
Like swapping out those scented candles for houseplants that actually purify the air. Who knew a spider plant could be so badass? But what really struck me was our discussion about environmental justice. It's a sobering reminder that access to clean air isn't equal for everyone.
Absolutely. Factors like housing conditions, proximity to industrial areas, even something as simple as affording quality air filters. All of these contribute to disparities in indoor air quality. It's a complex issue that requires systemic solutions alongside individual efforts.
So what can we do as individuals to advocate for cleaner air? Not just in our own homes, but for everyone.
Awareness is key.
Yeah.
We can start by educating ourselves and others about the problem. The EPA website is a fantastic resource.
Okay.
Packed with information about indoor air quality and environmental justice.
Okay.
They even have tools to help you assess your own indoor air quality.
Wow.
And identify potential risks.
And don't forget about those amazing local organizations doing the groundwork right here in DFW.
Yeah, for sure.
Groups like the Texas Asthma Control Program and Downwinders at Risk are working tirelessly to improve air quality and advocate for policy changes that protect vulnerable communities.
Absolutely.
We'll be sure to include links to all these resources in our show notes so you can dive deeper.
Perfect.
What I find encouraging is that even small actions can make a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Choosing low VOC products, advocating for better ventilation in public spaces, supporting organizations fighting for environmental justice, it all adds up.
It's that ripple effect.
It is that ripple effect.
Our choices impact not only our own well-being, but also the well-being of our communities and the planet as a whole.
Exactly. And remember, we're not just passive consumers of air.
Right.
We can be active participants in creating healthier environments for ourselves and future generations. So next time you take a deep breath, let it be a reminder of the power we have to make a difference.
That's a beautiful thought to end on.
We hope this deep dive has inspired you to think differently about the air you breathe and to take action for a cleaner, healthier future. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the air around you.